So in this podcast, video, audio, I want to talk about stop trying to rush things. It's doing more harm than good. I think that's what I'm going to call this video, this audio anyway. So one thing I want to realize, guys, is that whether it's business, whether it's relationships, whether it's health and fitness, here's what I have found. There is a delicate balance between people who rush things and people who work hard. So or should I say that there is a balance there between rushing it and allowing it to happen. Rushing toward your goal, trying to get to your finish line as quickly as possible. One thing I've found, and you guys may have found this as well too, whether it's your health and fitness, whether it's you're investing, or even in relationships, I've found this. Business, it's one thing I've found is that the more you rush it, the more you try to rush it, the longer it takes for you to get there. But the more you work hard and then just allow it, say, yeah, I'm working hard, I'm doing what I need to do every day, and it's going to happen, it's going to happen, it's going to happen. And if you have that mentality, that attitude, that I'm working hard and it's going to happen and I'm just going to allow it to happen. If you have that, then it actually comes to you quicker than you trying to force it. If you try to force it, generally what will happen is that you'll make a lot of mistakes and you'll probably force it and probably push it back, so much more further. For example, if you look at trading, if you rush and you're not patient and you're not doing your analysis properly and you're not reading the charts properly and you're not doing your research properly and you're not educating yourself properly on how to read the market properly and you're not being patient and you're not waiting for that right setup, you guys know, right, that the more you rush into these setups, the longer it takes. And generally what will happen, it'll push you back 6 months, a year. Sometimes you will rush it so much that you blow yourself out of the water instead of just taking your time and waiting for the right setup and not rushing things. And that's where, like I say, is that, especially in the investing type of field, if you try to rush the finish line, I guarantee you that I can actually start with a trading account half the size of yours, and in 12 months time frame, triple and quadruple the amount of profit that you make. Or from the fact of, we're talking about if you rush it and you try to get into trade and you rush in and rush out and you don't do analysis properly and you don't wait for the right setups, if you're doing that and I'm just taking my time, I'm just being patient and I'm waiting for the setups, if I'm doing that, then guess what? I know, and you guys know, right, at the end of 12 months, I'm going to be much, much, much further than where you are right now. I'm going to be much further than where you are right now. And I hope you can see what I'm trying to say with this video here, because that is the key, right? I've noticed that time and time again in my investing. If I just take my time and be patient and allow it to happen and be patient and not try to force it, not try to force the trade, but say I'm just waiting for that aha trade. You guys know, right? In 12 months time frame, you're likely to take less trades, you're likely to have less stress, you're going to have less brokerage, and you're going to make a lot more money. All because you have a steady plan and you're waiting for things to happen instead of trying to force it, instead of trying to rush it. You guys know what I'm saying there? So stop trying to force things, and that. And how does that work when it comes to health and fitness? Well, health and fitness, like for example for me, I'm not sure if you guys listened to one of my other podcasts before, my other videos before, but when it comes to rushing your health and fitness, like for me, I was not probably about a month and a half, 2 months ago, I was 96 kilos. And what I did is I said, all right, I'm going to drop my carbs really low, and I'm going to do this, I'm going to do that, I'm going to work really hard. And I was yo-yoing, and I struggled to break 92 kilos, and I stayed at 92 kilos for about a month there. And then in the last 4 weeks, I started tightening up my diet a lot more, and I started being patient and being smart about the way I do things, and so on and so forth. And instead of me trying to rush it, just doing what I need to do, but just relaxing, not pushing it too hard in the gym, but just doing what I need to every single day. And now I woke up this morning at 86 kilos. So I went from 96 2 months ago, 2 months ago. Then through the whole first 4 weeks, I was rushing it, trying to make it happen, and then I only got down to 92 kilos, maybe 90 kilos. And again, I'm definitely not overweight. So to lose that extra fat actually takes a lot more work. But then all I did is, I just started being smart about, what I was doing and what I was eating. I wasn't starving myself. I was definitely eating a lot of food. You know, and I was generally training hard at the gym, but I was just being smart about what I was doing, and I was just doing everything I could. You know, and then suddenly just doing what I need to do and just keeping on it. And now I wake up this morning at 86 kilos. So, you know, in the last 2 months, I've lost 10 kilos. In fact, it was the last 4 weeks. I went from 92 down to 86. And so I'm actually getting really, really low percent body fat here. So I hope you can see what I'm trying to say here, you know, when it comes to, you know, when it comes to that. So, and even in relationships, if you try to rush relationships, you can't rush love. You got to allow love to naturally grow and being present in the moment. So no matter what you are going through, guys, I hope you can understand that if I'm writing a book right now called The Flow of Success, and this is one of the things is stop trying to rush things, because the more you rush it, the longer it's going to take for you to get there. And generally what will happen is in all these things, like health and fitness, like relationships, like even investing, sometimes if you try to rush it, you blow yourself out of the water and you never end up getting anywhere. But if you take your time, and you know, you can make huge success. So hope you guys enjoy this. Remember, success can be yours if you go claim it. So step up, take massive action, and face your fears today.